everybody, Cinema Sickness here with another collection update for you. Today I ran out to a bunch of different stores, grabbed a lot of great titles, got a nice big stack right here. Unfortunately, did not shoot a hunting video today. I was in a big rush with this baby coming. There's a lot to do, so any cinema hunting I get in between doing baby stuff is usually pretty rushed. So just quickly ran to these stores, ended up picking up some titles, so let's get down to it and take a look at everything I grabbed. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles I got here, these all come from Walmart. Hadn't been in Walmart in a few weeks. I had heard there are some new displays. I really didn't see anything. There was a new Easter display. That was all I saw. And wasn't really all that impressed with the titles on it. They were a lot of like uber religious titles and just stuff I had no interest in. A lot of like really cheesy, low budget cartoons. And I don't mean like anything mainstream, just really obscure stuff. And it wasn't anything I had any interest in. But on the plus side, there were actually some titles that I definitely wanted to pick up. And I believe, I grabbed all of these, every single one of these out of the dump bin. So all these in the $5 dump bin, that was awesome. So the first one I picked up here was Kevin Hart. I'm a Grown Little Man. Love Kevin Hart, find him very funny, love him when I see him in movies, and I love his stand-up. So definitely something I had to pick up for only $5. Can't wait to check this out. Then a movie that, it's just one of those titles that I've seen like in bits and pieces here and there on TV, and I don't really know. I like the actors. It's a romantic comedy. I've been watching a lot of them recently and getting more into them, so I figured for $5, what the hell, I'm going to pick it up. Seems like a pretty goofy movie, and hey, when it comes to romantic comedies, the more goofier, the more I'm going to enjoy them. So I picked up Kate and Leopold. Hugh Jackman, Meg Ryan. Apparently, Hugh Jackman, like, it says, he like, when a rip in time brings together a charming 19th century bachelor and a 21st century woman, the potential of yada, yada, yada. So, I've not seen this, but is that true? Is he crazy, or did he really come from the 19th century? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm going to assume he's just nuts, but if there really was like some rip in the time-space continuum, he like came through a dimension, that is going to be fucking hilarious. But I'm going to assume that's not the case. I don't know. I kind of hope it is. I really hope it is. If that's the case, this would be an awesome movie. Otherwise, it's just going to be enjoyable. So for $5, figured I'd pick it up. Then this is really cool. I grabbed the Lonesome Dove 4-disc collection set, which comes with Lonesome Dove, Return to Lonesome Dove, Streets of Laredo, and Dead Man's Walk. Very, very cool. Now, I just picked up Lonesome Dove, picked up the 2-disc set, maybe like a month or two ago. I'll also be holding on to that because it comes with a boatload of special features that aren't featured on here, unfortunately. But like I said, I did just grab that, and I really wanted to get the other 3 movies in this series. Was having a little bit of a hard time finding them for a good price. $5 for this. That was an awesome deal. Very, very excited to grab this for $5. Really surprised it was that cheap. It actually had a sticker on this set. It was like $9.96 or something like that. But rang up is only $5, and I was getting really surprised with that since it was had a different price sticker on it. But it was the only one laying in the dump bin, and that's what it rang up as. So who am I to complain? So very cool to find this for $5. That is a great, great deal. Definitely excited to have these other 3 Lonesome Dove titles now in my collection. This is all of them. This is all I needed, so that is really cool. Then also, something else I was surprised was only $5. This didn't have a price sticker on it, but I just saw it's 10 movies, and they're decent titles, too. In fact, some of these I have in other sets. I was really surprised that this, again, there's only $5, and this was Classic Westerns 10-movie collection. It does look like a $5 title. Like, you would see this and think, okay, it's a budget title, but this is a universal release. This isn't like a Mill Creek release or something like that. This is an actual universal release. This comes with the Virginian, Texas Rangers, Ride Again, the Spoilers, When the Dalton Road, Albuquerque, Whispering Smith, Comanche Territory, Sierra, Kansas Riders, and Tomahawk. Like I said, like 4 or 5 of these movies I have within like other sets, other Universal sets. So not something I would expect to see for only $5. Really thought this one would have been like $9.99 or something like that for 10 Universal titles in a collection here. Pretty cool. They actually come in these nice flipper things. See, check this out. Lonesome Dove. Unfortunately, Lonesome Dove does have a digital copy too for the first movie for Lonesome Dove, which is awesome. But they come stacked. I hate that. It's what everybody's doing nowadays. Everybody's stacking. I've noticed that with Disney titles, a lot of companies are just stacking their DVDs now, which yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It will lead to scratching, but at least this comes on a nice, I don't know, a nice hinge there, which is pretty cool. So, awesome set for $5. Pick this up if you're into Westerns. This is a great buy. Now this, probably should have saved this for last. This is definitely the best, but I'm going to show it off now anyway. This, I was so surprised to find for only $5. This was great. Definitely something that was on my wish list because I'm a huge fan of this guy, and that is Weird Al Yankovic Live, The Apocalypse Tour. That is so cool. $5 for this is a steal. Definitely something I had on my wish list. Definitely something I want to get my hands on because I love Weird Al. I did actually watch this, so I'm not going to get into what it's about. I'll do that in my review, but again, it's the Apocalypse Tour, so it's definitely to promote his Apocalypse CD, which is alright. I wasn't the biggest fan of his last CD, as much as I was some of his other ones, but it was still pretty good. So, a great DVD for $5. If you're a Weird Al fan, you gotta get this. This is great. I actually saw this in 2 Walmarts recently, so this seems to be all over the place. So pick it up. And then since I just started getting into these guys, I grabbed the Southern Gents of Comedy. You know, it features Ron White, and that's really all I've even heard of. Yeah, Ron White and the other 4 guys. I have no idea, but I've just recently got into these like Southern comics. I used to skip over the Blue Collar Comedy Tour because it didn't seem like my type of thing. And then I actually watched some of it, and I was like, oh, well, these guys are actually pretty funny. I was completely wrong. I just thought it wasn't going to be my cup of tea, but I actually really enjoyed them. So I've been picking these up as I come across them. Anytime I come across these, Southern comedian releases, I tend to pick them up now. So $5 for this, great deal. And then the last title I picked up, this was a complete blind buy, but it has a really interesting title, interesting synopsis, gets good reviews, and it's an HBO release. And that is Bury My Heart in Wounded Knee, the epic fall of the American Indian. Sounds pretty cool. I love HBO movies. They're always really well done. Definitely looks like something I wanted to check out. And like I said, it gets really good reviews online. The synopsis sounded pretty cool. So for $5, certainly had to grab this, and I cannot wait to watch this. I'll be watching this one real soon. It looks really good. All right, so from there, went to 7-Eleven. Yes, I went to a 7-Eleven because I actually had read online that some people were finding new full moon titles there. And not just single releases, but full sets. A lot of box sets and all kinds of really cool new full moon set releases. And I was pretty excited about that. So I ran out to my local 7-Eleven. And unfortunately, I only found a couple of the sets. A lot of people were listing that they found like 10, 15, 20 sets there. I found like 3. That was it. And 2 of them I already had. But the one I didn't have, sort of, was the Murder Machines 3 DVD set. Now this comes with Murder Cycle, Crash and Burn, and Robot Wars. Now, Crash and Burn and Robot Wars, I already have that release. I already have the double feature release, not by Anchor Bay. It's released by Sony or something like that. It's released by somebody else. So I do already have that set, but I didn't have Murder Cycle. And I figured for only $4.99, I'm picking this up just for Murder Cycle. It was worth rebuying these 2 just for Murder Cycle because I really want to see that. It sounds awesome. A movie called Murder Cycle, yeah, I'm going to buy it. That sounds awesome. So definitely something I wanted to pick up. Really cool set here. I can tell you, Crash and Burn, Robot Wars, fantastic films. Like I said, still haven't seen Murder Cycle yet, but I'm sure all 3 of these are just going to be a great lineup together. So I recommend heading out to your local 7-Eleven if you have one nearby. Look for these these full moon releases. There's a whole bunch of different sets that are showing up. A lot of really cool stuff within those sets. And this one here, I would definitely recommend. They're all $5 a piece. That's the thing. All these sets, $4.99 a piece. You really can't beat that. So definitely head out to 7-Eleven. Try to find some of these great full moon releases. And then the last story hit up was the Open Door Ministry Thrift Shop. I saw a sign saying that all their VHS tapes, they had a sign saying all their VHS tapes were only 10 cents. So I figured I'm going to stop in. But the first thing I picked up here was not a VHS tape. This was a CD. And don't laugh too hard, but I picked up Sesame Street. The Best of Elmo. I know. Why did I grab this? Well, it features songs from Sesame Street. Songs Elmo sings on Sesame Street. And I love classic Sesame Street, like 70s, 80s Sesame Street, because that's Sesame Street I grew up with. Once you get past, like the early 80s, I'd say, like, maybe, like, 86 and on, it's kind of like I kind of lose interest, because I I wasn't really watching at that point, but when I was a kid, I used to obviously love Sesame Street, as many of us I'm sure did. So I love all the classic Sesame Street. When I come across like the DVDs, I pick them up. I have a whole bunch of the Sesame Street DVDs in my collection. I love grabbing them. They're great. And I love the music ones. I have like the 25th anniversary like music celebration of Sesame Street DVD. It's great. It's awesome. And this seemed pretty cool. I grabbed this for $1. Like I said, it does feature some good Elmo songs on it, so for $1, figured I would grab that. And now onto the VHS I grabbed, all for 10 cents a piece. First one here being Samson and Sally, which is a just for kids release. Like I said, I usually pick these up when I come across them because a lot of times these end up turning out to be really good. And a lot of times they actually end up turning out to be animation. No, anime. That's what I meant to say. They're all animation. A lot of these tend to be anime, which I'm really surprised about a lot of the times. They're not always anime. This one here might not be. I don't know. But a lot of times these do turn out to be that. So we will see. But for 10 cents, I figured I'd pick it up. I've been having good luck with these just for kids releases. So want to grab another one. This is really cool. I actually have another one of these in my collection that one of you guys sent me. This year being Gettysburg Battlefield Tour, the climactic battle of the Civil War. This year being from the Eastern National Park series VHS releases. These are awesome. The other one I have, I think, is for Independence Hall, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that one of you guys sent me. These are cool. These are something that was sold in the like the actual gift shops of the national park. So very awesome. This is really, really cool. Looks great. I mean, obviously, I love Gettysburg. I don't live too far away from it. I only live maybe like an hour and a half away from Gettysburg. The wife and I go out there usually like once a summer. We love it out there. It's fun to walk around the battlefield, and I can't wait to take my son there. That's gonna be a lot of fun. It's a really cool place. You can climb around the rocks at like Devil's Den and see all the battlefields and all the historical buildings, and there's a whole like street of just like gift shops and stuff, which I love walking down and going to all the stores. Really cool. Gettysburg's pretty awesome, and I love going there. So really cool to find this VHS release for 10 cents. This was a really good pickup. Then I grabbed something I do already own, but it was sealed, so I figured, what the hell, and that is Little Drummer Boy. This year being the Christmas Classic, from the Christmas Classic series. Now, I'm trying to get all of these. I want all the Christmas Classic series releases, and I have every single one except for Jingle Bells. I can't find Jingle Bells. I see every one. Like I said, I have every one of these. I see them all the time. Every time I go out to a thrift store, there's always at least one of these in a thrift store. It's always something besides Jingle Bells. I cannot get a hold of that one. It's driving me nuts. But one day I'll find it, and then I'll have the complete collection. So I figured since it was sealed, I'd pick it up since, like I said, someday I want to have the complete collection of these in my collection. So I had to grab that. Then I grabbed Yu-Gi-Oh! Volume 2 Into the Hornet's Nest. Trying to get all these Yu-Gi-Oh! Releases, so I figured I'd pick that one up. Very cool. And then the last VHS here I grabbed was the Transformers the movie, which just sounds really stupid to say out loud. This I grabbed because look at that artwork. That is badass. I already had this movie on a few different formats, if I'm not mistaken. But this artwork was just so cool. I had to pick this up. I've never seen this artwork before. It just looked really, really awesome. And this might actually be... This might be a Canadian release, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, made in Canada. So there you go. I started questioning that because I started seeing like a little bit of French on it. So yes, this here is actually a Canadian release. I just realized that, and that makes it even more awesome. So here we go. The Transformers the movie VHS Canadian release. Very cool to have this in my collection. Just for collecting purposes, had to pick it up for this awesome artwork. But I did grab one last thing that I also got for only 10 cents. They only charged me the price of a VHS tape for this. And this is the TDK VHS/SVHS Wet Video Cleaner. That's pretty cool. I love picking these up. I have a few of these in my collection. I have one for Beta. I have like 2 or 3 already for VHS. They're just cool to pick up. If I use them if they're still in good shape. I don't know if this one is or not. I don't even know if I can get the... Yeah, there's still solution in here. So this might actually still be good. Is there an expiration date on it? No, I don't see anything. So this might actually still be completely usable, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, I don't see anything about an expiration date. So there you go. So I could still, I think, clean my VHS tapes with this, which is pretty cool. But regardless, even though I couldn't, it's still just a really cool pickup. I mean, just for the collectability of this, I mean, it's a VHS cleaner. You don't see those too often. Did I say I can clean my VHS with this? I think I said that. I meant clean my VCR with this. No, you don't clean your tapes with this. You clean your VCR with this. If I accidentally said that. So very, very cool. They have wet ones, they have dry ones. I think I've now 2 wet ones and 1 dry one. Just different ways of cleaning them. So very, very, very cool. For 10 cents, figured I'd grab that. So there you go, guys. That is it. That is everything I picked up today on this very busy day where I was out running a bunch of different errands. The baby's actually due today. Today is the 17th. I know by the time you see this is going to be like a week later, but today is April 17th. Today is the day the baby is due. So we're pretty much rushing around at this point, trying to do last minute things that we have to get done, and very busy. So anyway, that's what I grabbed today while I was out running errands. So anyway, guys, that's it. So I always say, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you're not already subbed, please do. And if you're not already over at cinemasickness.com, head on over there. Lots of great stuff to see. A lot more than just these videos at cinemasickness.com. So head on over there. And while you're over there, click on the shop tab. Purchase yourself a CinemaSickness sticker or a CinemaSickness button. I would really appreciate the support. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.